जितना पैकेट खोलोगे उतना पेट खुलेगा. So stick to
जितना
food.
पैकेट खुलता है या जितना पैकेट खुलता है उतना पेट खुलता है. Where it's driven home the fact that the smoothie is not going to keep us healthy, the khichdi is going to keep us healthy. So we must also, buy more natural produce, support more local farmers, and also know that by doing that, we are able to keep our waistline thin, and we are also able to keep the earth in a good place. The idea is to eat before you get hungry, and it is also to stop eating before you get hungry. One must remember is to also eat foods which you are actually making from scratch at home, or the ones that are just freely available in nature, naturally available. So you can eat a fresh fruit, you can have handful of nuts, you can have dal chawal, you can have a homemade sharbat, you can have poha, upma, idli, dosa, paratha, and some homemade matri, shakarpada, chivda. I think that's pretty much what I eat throughout the day. So it seems like a lot of food, but I split it. I eat it every few hours, and that way I'm not irritable or dull or annoyed because of this lockdown. Because the lockdown in so many ways has actually just imprisoned us in our home.
And now at a time like this when we are fighting a disease, how important is it to cut off all that frill from your food?
There is no scope really to get fat if you're going to cook more meals at home. And the three things that I would recommend all of your viewers to eat is, number one is ghee, because ghee is extremely important. It allows your body access to essential fats, and all of the fat soluble vitamins can actually be assimilated in your system every time you have ghee. So there are vitamins like vitamin D. We do know that vitamin D is linked to the immune function. There is vitamin A, which is also fat soluble, and we do know again that it's linked not just to the immune system, but look at the number of people who are constantly online during the lockdown, Nabila. So even for the eyes, vitamin A is good.
True.
Vitamin E is good for the skin and hair. Vitamin K is important for the heart. So I think ghee is something that everyone should be considering, and at least a teaspoon of ghee for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The other food that we must be eating is a handful of nuts. If you don't like nuts, then have peanuts. If you don't like peanuts, have chana. And if you're low on your hemoglobin or on iron, or simply on moods, if you're having mood swings, add a little bit of jaggery to your chana, especially when it comes with chana or it comes with cashews. Then it's amazing. Then you're forgiving towards everyone.
Your trick on avoiding something that you're craving to eat. How do you give up on your craving?
I think all the way to give up on craving is to get educated. If you're craving for something like, I think, a chocolate pastry and stuff, what you should tell yourself that, okay, I'll give it to myself once every week, the best that money can buy, and I'll eat it in my best possible mood and in great company, not when I'm feeling like I'm going to go crazy or when I'm feeling dull, bored, or depressed.
What are the traditional superfoods that you'd say throw into your food on a regular basis?
We've kind of traded spices and we think that we're doing something really cool if we are eating just salads or raw or only steamed and stuff like that. But then what we are needing to do is pop a pill of something as simple as haldi, or do shots of things like cinnamon and black pepper.
So drinks that you would suggest as that has medicinal properties?
Haldi doodh for sure. Haldi doodh has been traditionally something that we have used every time that we felt a little down. So haldi doodh at night. Then homemade sharbats, where we eat avla sharbat, ya rose ka sharbat, ya nimbu sharbat, in the midday, so that you're not buckling under the May heat. And the third drink that I would recommend is a nice cup of chai or coffee, exactly like the way you like it, be it with a teaspoon of sugar or milk or whatever, but not as first thing in the morning, not as last thing in the night, and not after 4 p.m. in the afternoon, so that you're able to sleep well in the night. So about a cup of chai or coffee in the day is also something which helps people unwind and relax.
What timing should you eat and in what quantity? Some hacks on that.
After you wake up, you're eating some nuts or fruit to start your day, that you're also eating a nice wholesome breakfast, that you're not delaying your lunch beyond 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Try and have dinner by 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening.
Looking at making your plans interesting, your quarantine food plan interesting, give a quick tip or two, please.
This is also a good time to actually rejoin ourselves to the chain of Indian food wisdom, because every family, every community, every region has its specialities, and they are under under the threat of losing them because we are not practicing them. So whether it is the shakkar para, whether it is learning how to make the ajwain paratha or the chakli or the thali peeth or the koki or the biryani, learn that and practice that, make it at least once during the pandemic. And lastly, I think this is also a good time to actually document all of your traditional family recipes. I think what we need to know is that there is no one thing which is going to make everything sub-theek. You have to work at it throughout your day. You need to build a robust lifestyle as a person, and you need to do it for the rest of your life while you're alive.